been looking around YouTube trying to find some videos to look at on stream, and one of them being AMP has a Rakai problem on their hands. So if you don't know, the very last day of SU, hell broke loose. Literally. Deshae and Rakai was shooting down the hallway like they was right next to King Von and Chirac, shooting people up. Shooting down the hallway, they popped somebody in the eye. They was shooting down the hallway like some madmen. You feel me? One lady got hit in her eye. She went to the hospital, and it's all because of Rakai and Deshae and some other wannabes. But let's click on. Let's see what Meezy got to say about the
Rakai needs to be stopped. By all means, this is not a hate video.
Oh shoot, my headphones ain't even in. Why nobody tell me?
Y'all gotta stop giving the excuse that he's just a kid. Understand everybody's not.
Rakai's been getting too out of pocket lately, and somebody needs to go check this little nigga. See, like, he's just, you feel me? I feel like if I made collab content with that nigga, we would be on the top, but we would be on the top everything. You feel me? But like, he is kind of crazy. He do be running rampant though. Like, he's just unchecked. His mama need to really do something about his little behavioral. You feel me? He a cool, you feel me? Outside of the content, he's probably a cool dude. I don't know him personally. I don't know him. But, you feel me? His streams is crazy. The other day, he had 200K views. 278K live viewers. That's more than what Kai Cenat had on his subathon. Like, that's crazy. Just because of one stream. Like, he's popping off, though. I'll give him that.
Some people don't think the same. They need to start disciplining this Rakai.
Now hold on, that's.
I mean, what are they gonna start doing? Put belt ass? Like, they're not his mom. His mom is literally the only person who can really do that. If they put their hands on him, they're going to jail. That is still a minor.
Young boy, Rakai, I'm sure it cannot be that bad. I'm sure that he's just being a little over the top and exaggerating.
And mind you, Ray just put that TV up. The very next day, Rakai broke it.
I gave you a coat right back, bro.
Ray and Dabo get into a heated argument.
Yes, I did.
And after that, you and Jamal at the same time.
Right
now. Let's play around more and take your ski.
Bro, I'm gonna keep the butt down. No,
Yo, they fighting over a ski? I ain't gonna lie. Who y'all got in the fight against Dabo and Rakai? Who y'all got in the fight? And Dabo is 6'1", 200 pounds. Rakai is like 6'5", well, not 6'5", like 6'8", 130 pounds. In the long run, if the fight goes the distance, I still got Dabo. Because this is like 100-pound weight difference between the two. Like, look, this is like a 100-pound weight difference between the two. Feel me? I feel like Rakai is the type of person to just start swinging that he's gonna run out of stamina, right? Dabo, he look like he can't fight at all, but he still got the weight advantage, right? So I feel like his hits would like hit harder, right? So I think I got Dabo. I think I'll put my money on Dabo.
Let's play around more and take your ski.
Bro, I'm gonna keep the butt down.
Like if he was like if Dabo was dead serious in a fight, I got him winning.
Come on, bro. Chill, bro.
He got the African dad build.
Why are you throwing water on my mother's soul was not me.
Because like he's built like a twig, my nigga. You can see his bone structure through his body. You can see his bone structure. This ain't being ripped. This is being skinny because he don't eat.
Turn the camera off.
And that's Cuddy right there. One man on this planet that I would not mess with is Cuddy. Alright, Cuddy is like 6'5". He was, bro, this one stream, you should see how Cuddy was carrying Davis, bro. Cuddy carried Davis by his neck like these. And Davis was off the floor. His feet were off the floor. Alright, so Cuddy is not the man to mess with. And so if y'all know what happened here, Rakai and Jamal peer pressured this streamer who barely speaks English to throw a Coke bottle at the security. That's a big no-no. And Cuddy got on their ass.
I'm my mother's like the question was.
No, that's crazy. You don't water in the security face, bro.
Okay, we got something on our hands. Now, normally we can excuse this behavior as normal 16-year-old ignorance, which I think a lot of people have been doing. But coming off of Streamer University, there has to be a real examination of Rakai, his actions, his attachment to the group, and why streamers think
it's like he's been doing this stuff for a minute. It's not like he just started doing this. Like he's been doing this for about a year, literally about a year. He been running wild like a wild animal out the zoo. Like he been going crazy, number wise and behavioral wise, and it is. And people like to make it Kai's responsibility to discipline Rakai like they're actually related. Like these are two different bloodlines right here we're talking about here. There's nothing that Kai can do to discipline Rakai. What is he gonna do? There's nothing he could possibly do. You feel me?
this is the way to make content going into 2025. Now, every time I try to make a video on Rakai, I
Can't
get
hit
the
him.
news of
There's
the night
literally
and
nothing
then
he can
upload
do.
it to my Notion, recorded and everything like that. And as it's getting edited and ready to go, something different happens. And this time he pulled a prank that he thought was funny because his person who was doing his hairdresser messed up on his hair. So he called the cops to ask them how to sue. And it was a joke until the cops actually showed up.
What? Yeah, and this was today too. I mean, this was either today or yesterday. He got a perm. He cut his dreads off and got a perm.
My mother, the cops are here. Where's my mother? But I don't know how to
And invested some lotion, my guy. You know what I'm saying? We are both black here. I put mad lotion on if you couldn't see. I put a lotion on, gang. He needs to invest in some too.
address.
This is like kid.
But that's one thing I don't understand. How do the cops be figuring out your address? If you call the cops, right? If you prank call the cops, right? And you don't even tell them your address, they will come to your house. How do they figure this out? How? You know what I'm saying? You see how the streamers get swatted? Do you think the people who call the cops on these streamers, you think they give them the address? No, they just figure it out. How? I don't know. Like, let's say I was calling the cops because something crazy happened in this house, right? Something crazy happened. And something happened to me. And the phone hangs up. They're gonna still get to this house some way or another. I don't know how they get your address. Can you get somebody's address from their phone number? Because I don't know how to be getting it.
101.
I literally called the cops, but hung up mad quick. Niggas still put up. Yeah, they track our phones.
Rakai's a 16-year-old.
Like, that's crazy, bro. Like, how? Like, they be like, but that still don't explain the swatting. Like, how do they still get the streamers' locations? How do they do that?
Risen to prominence by
That's
basically
crazy.
being a Kai Cenat clone, taking on that moniker and taking it to a whole nother level. He's a part of the AMPG League, as they are calling them, and he's been pumping out a lot of content and seeing a lot of success. But there's a lot of people asking, why
He's
is
been
it
popping
that
off.
these
He's been
content
popping off.
creators, namely the biggest of the big, want to be associated with a little kid who is hyperactive, who is doing all these crazy things, and is depicting themselves like this on the internet?
I'm a hoe. I don't have no rights. I'm a bitch. And I'm short and ugly and black.
They got Kraft macaroni and cheese dreads. How can you possibly mess your hair up by dyeing it like these? Look at this. It's like a whole different consistency. This is like an afro up here. You got two little skinny dreads right here. How does this happen? Like, this dude is permanently messing up his hair for views. He permed his hair. That could literally damage your hair forever. He's gonna start balding at 20. He's not even 18 yet. Lay down.
What the is this?
Now, a lot of people would say that this is just normal interactions and behaviors of a
I
16-year-old.
don't know, man. My hair is pretty important to me. I would never mess my voluptuous, my luscious locks up for some clicks and some views and some old shit. I would never do that. I mean, my hair is too important. My hair, I am my hair, and my hair is me. My hair makes my personality. You see? I love it, man.
Kid wasn't me when I was 16, but that's what people have been ultimately saying. And there have been
I'm not
a
even
lot of
16
people
yet.
saying, you know, this is content. And I do agree to that to some extent. If we look at some of our favorite streamers or content creators
16
back
next
in the day,
month.
they used to do similar actions like this. Hell, I know
It's
Phantom
emotion.
from being that crash out on 2K who threw chairs through walls and doors.
Nah, and this video right here, this was Agent's video because Agent pranked him while he was live streaming. This nigga put his foot through his door. Any loud sound in this house right now, I can throw a ball at this wall right here, and I will have both my parents screaming at me. I could bang on my desk and have them scream at me. So allow me to kick my foot through the door and see what happened to me. See if y'all ever see me on this channel again.
Stuff like that, and would rage every single time, you know, playing the game and losing.
Raging is
was a
fun.
thing. Raging is
That
fun.
Is
some sort
but
of
I
content.
cannot
but it
do
seems that the community
in this house.
is saying that Rakai is taking it too far, and they are a little fed up of him, his actions, and his shenanigans.
And y'all got man, I see y'all in the TikTok comments saying, man, why'd y'all make him famous? This is one person why this is the reason why we can't make young people famous. Why'd y'all make him famous? Like, he's a kid, bro. Like damn, like y'all really trying to stop his motion like that, bro? Because you're not getting emotion? Like, yo, like y'all hating. There's a difference between telling the truth about somebody than literally hating.
You know that shit that tells you, I probably shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do this. It's probably too far. That nigga.
Well, he should be taking his own advice. He talking mad crazy around the women. He should take his own advice.
Rakai don't got that. He don't got that.
Now, if this ain't the pot calling the kettle black, then I don't know what is.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if this ain't the African person calling me black, then like, my headphones making a weird noise. I don't know what that is. But you saying if this ain't my sister calling me black, then I don't know.
Although Deshae Frost is acting like the Spider-Man meme right here in his sentiments,
This ain't
those
Dabo
sentiments
calling
are being
me
echoed
black.
by a larger portion of the community. That and why he is around adults in adult-like situations, which we can address in 2 seconds. Now, for me and my perspective, I see Rakai as being nothing more than an extension or an evolution of what's been going on in streaming over the past couple years. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not.
And also, it is the people's fault because y'all the one who made Kai famous in the first place. Y'all allowed Kai to do these crazy things. Anybody could, like, if y'all all came together and you say, let Kai know that we don't mess with this loud stuff, this crazy nonsense that you're doing. And you all just say that, he would listen. He would listen because he knows that if you don't give the people what they want, they're not gonna like you anymore. And that's stopping the motion, right? So yeah, and if y'all not doing that. And it's not even just Kai. It's literally like Flight, all them loud creators. Like, you should have told them. Because now, when y'all see Rakai doing the same thing that they're doing, you get mad. Because he's younger than you, doing more than you.
Any of the incidents that happened at Streamer University, you know, the depictions of his room after the fact, or, you know, his physical altercations, whether it be a fight with Dabo or the Orbeez incident.
Oh, chill. I'm not taking it off, bro.
See, bro, Dabo, I would never let Rakai put his hands on me like that, my nigga. You are 6'1", with a dad bod at age of 18 or 19, however old you are. You had the African dad build. If you don't discipline this kid, even though y'all are around the same age, how are you allowing him to push you around like that? Over a ski mask.
Chill. Don't get in trouble, bro. Stop, bro. Not
Bro, you want the ski mask back, but you ripping it. This is where the girl down in the hallway got hit in the eye at.
give so many excuses after time and time again situations like this happen. And now
I mean, it looked fun though. You can't even lie. That looked fun. That looked mad fun to do.
Getting hurt. The one girl did get hit in the eye, and although it might have been stated that it was over exaggerated because she didn't end up in the hospital, she actually just ended up with an ice pack in her room. I still don't think that
Kai did go to the hospital for somebody.
Hit her on the skin of the eye, and she was okay this time. But an Orbeez directly to the eye
that could have
somebody.
Yeah, she could have been permanently blind.
Goggles and tell you don't.
You know that your rage incident, right? That could have happened to her. But not as worse as what happened to Rage.
But
Rage's eye was literally
the
cooked.
Nature of the
his eye was literally
era that we are in.
I'm surprised he still got it today.
That we are in, just trying to be over the top. And when you have a frontal lobe that isn't even starting to develop or is just in the processes of developing, I mean, this is the result of this. This is what people find entertaining. This is what people find content. And it's no knock inherently to Rakai. He is just a product of the era in my perspective, but I do
it's good content again, you can't even lie. But you also got these other people just taking it too far, like the person who infiltrated Agent's room and Agent damn near threw hands with him. That is taking it too far. People just don't know how to separate the content from real life things. All right, that's like if Kai was on the verge of like if Kai's house was burning down, right? And he was streaming, right? He would ask the chat, poll, yes or no, yes or no. Should I call the cops? Should I call the fire department? Yes or no. Run a poll. That's what he would probably do. Because people just can't separate content from real life. It's difference between content and breaking into somebody's personal space with their personal belongings. And Agent said that he had his analytics up on the monitor. His money, his ad revenue, his how many views and stuff his stuff got, the money he made from each video. He had his analytics and stuff up on the monitor, so anybody can see that. You feel me? That's bad for anybody else to see. That's only for you to see. And and people will be like, yeah, it's not that serious. It's not that serious. We already know how much you make. But still, like, you don't want nobody to know how much you make because that'd make people look at you differently.
And being more careful about what we put out into the ethos to say that, hey, this is okay, this is what I'm
broke, so I don't care, but like,
because just like how I was critical of the other people on Kick doing things like this, I would still have to be fair and be critical of Rakai doing these exact same actions. Now, because of Rakai's actions, a lot of people have been questioning whether or not he should be in these situations, not just because he doesn't know how to handle himself in these situations, but also because these are very adult-like situations that are around Rakai and in the surrounding areas. It's no secret that Kai Cenat and Collective continuously remind us that they are an adult platform. It's not their job to, influence the kids a certain way, or, they should be able to consume.
It doesn't matter how you raise your kids. Their kids are always gonna find something else that they're interested in, and they're gonna take after that. You feel me? It doesn't matter if I raise my kids in a private school and they find out what young boy music is, and they listen to young boy music, and now they think it's cool to make murder music and all that, and to speak and walk and act like how young boy does. They're gonna find that cool, so they're gonna, you feel me? They're gonna want to do that too. So it's not really the parent. It's really only but so much a parent can do to how they raise their kid. You feel me? So like, this is kind of what Rakai is going through right now. He sees what Kai and the rest of AMP and the rest of these big content creators, he sees what they're doing, and he just wants to do what they want to do, which is not bad. He just wants to do what they want to do, and people
assume things.
Bro. You see the light again. The light changed again. Why? Stop. I don't even want to finish what I gotta say, but this light making me mad.
Things like weed or alcohol, which is true, they are of age. But when Rakai is in those situations and we're facing criticism, those questions still come up and have to be taken into consideration.
I ain't like, bro, it's 130,000 people watching, bro. You just said you're edging?
Nobody cares about edging.
Now it's like, okay, damn, I never knew my son was horny, so now she's putting two and two together.
She's looking at her bathroom wig. Like, what? She's looking at her towels and rags.
It's over,
Let me see.
It's over. Listen.
Let me see what?
Now, she's putting two and two together.
Let me see what?
Play the outro song for
I think that was all scripted because he did not wind up leaving after this incident.
Rakai's mom is now texting Kai Cenat to tell him, yeah, this is getting out of pocket and too far. Well, because he has put himself into adult situations, or at least the adults around him have welcomed him into these situations. I don't know how to frame this, but essentially...
I mean, they're literally like doing adult things around him, and they're expecting him not to like do the things that they were doing. Let's say if you're smoking around your 5-year-old kid, if you grew up smoking around your kid, he's gonna wind up thinking that smoking is okay, and he's gonna wind up doing it too. You feel me? That's like, you see it like people like X. His dad abused his wife, his mom, like X's mom. So now X grew up believing that was kind of okay, and he started doing it too. He abused his girl. So like, it takes, you feel me? If you do things around children, they're gonna think that what you're doing is cool, and they're gonna want to do it too. Or what you think is, but they, not but cool, but they gonna think it's okay.
Kai is in these adult situations in which he shouldn't be in. And because part of the WL community is innuendos about sexual things or, you know, alcohol or whatever the case may be, it only makes sense. And it only makes sense that he should not be there. I think it's fairly simple. Now, with that being said, do I believe that Kai Cenat and the people around him like Talil, Punga, Ray, or whatever the case may be aren't doing the best they can to protect him? Sure. Little Rodney's son is not having, you know, Rakai be in these situations.
Bro, Lil Rodney, he's a grown man. All right, he is not a teenager. He is a grown man too. He's just a little nigga. But like, he still be. Who do you think watches like Lil Rodney and all that? I'm not saying their whole audience is little kids, but they still got kids in their audience, and he smokes weed during his streams. So now, that's why you think kids think it's cool to smoke now. I mean, I don't care about smoking. I don't think it's cool. I don't think it's bad. I don't care. I mean, I'm gonna try at least once in my life, but still, everybody's gonna try something. Just people who get addicted.
Situations. However, the nature of the WL community is putting him in these situations. Do I think it would be different if Rakai was home? Probably not. He would still be making these jokes. But being
he
in
did.
The environment puts you at
when he was at his house, he was still doing that.
Exposed to a bunch of different things. And we've seen what's happened before in the past when young people, 15, 16 years old, are into these places and spaces, and it honestly does not end well.
This nigga burner page, whatever it is, someone running the second page is taking clips from 3-4 years ago, posting them with captions that aren't true, trying to defame me and try to drag me down with Act. Now,
no, that's crazy,
page?
bro.
I don't think so. Do Act most likely have control over this page? Yes. Act, you came on my Song Wars, you judged shit. I appreciate that. That's love. But at the end of the day, if you are coming on stream and you are saying weird shit to a nigga, to a kid I basically view as my little brother.
Like, what's with Max? Just like, he's just a controversy magnet. It's not even his fault, bro. It's not even his fault. Academics was talking to Noor, his Twitch mod. I mean, his Discord and Twitch mod. You feel me? He was talking crazy to Noor. Mind you, Academics is like 40. Noor is like, right now, 16, 17. Feel me? And Act was talking mad gay to the nigga. So like, he was talking mad like sexual to him. Mind you, Ack is has a like, I don't know if he has kids, but I know he got a girl or a wife. Feel me? And he was talking like that to a little kid, and that's bad PR because Noor is 5-star. Who else is 5-star? Black Boy Max. So that brings bad PR to 5-star. Now people gonna think like, oh, that's a 5-star thing, I guess. Now that's bad PR against Mr. Maxwell. You feel me? So like, and the recent thing going on with Tay. Tay got burner accounts talking bad about 5-star members and Maxwell. You feel me? So like, it's just all bad. It's just all bad PR, just being magnetized to Max, even though Max is not doing anything.
Feel me? Noor, he's a Palestinian refugee. For anyone that doesn't understand, he's a Palestinian refugee. He lives in Malaysia. He doesn't speak Malay. He lost his mother. I've known him for like 2 years now. He's gone through a lot. I don't want him in these situations where he's getting asked these weird questions. I don't know why my sister's even coming up, gang. You know?
That Noor Academics and Blackboy Max situation from
I feel
just a
bad
few
for
months
Noor,
ago
bro,
at the top
because
of
he
the
dead
year
be
was
getting
totally
bullied.
out of hand. And it's a situation that Noor shouldn't have even been in. But because the community dictates that this is the way that content is supposed to be made, then ultimately this is just another young man that succumbed to the pressures of the adults that ultimately failed him in the name of content or trolling or joking or whatever the hell be going on. And so then we wonder why these young kids ultimately end up regurgitating this nonsense.
Like, I would not be surprised if Noor turned
not
up
even
to be a rotten being, because like like you should see, like, you should go back and watch Max's videos and stuff, like some of his old videos from like 2 years ago. Anytime Noor felt like he had to give his 2 cents in, the chat would just tell him to shut the fuck up. Like, it's not even, it's bad, bro. Like, it's just bad. Like, every time Noor just like felt like he had to give his 2 cents on a subject, everybody would just be like, bro, Noor, shut up. Like, including Max too. Max is in the wrong in that situation too. But they was just bullying Noor. Like, Noor couldn't say anything without the whole, like, the chat saying just shut up. Like, that's, like, I feel bad. Why does my light keep doing that? Messing up my whole lighting, bro. If the light is trash, it makes the camera look trash. And I ain't got no trash camera.
That this ultimately becomes content for the entirety of the community to consume and make judge of or light of any situation as if it's something to even be talked about in this manner.
You're still scamming people. You're asking people
Oh,
around
yeah,
you for
and if you don't know, Noor is a scammer.
money. You're doing things that you know you shouldn't be doing and playing the I'm a kid card in order for you to get by, which is not cool. You've been on the internet long enough. You know the results of your actions, my nigga.
I ain't gonna lie, Noor, he looked like a little baby right here. But whole time, he was like 15, 16. He 15. He was about to turn 16 that same year. So
you're scamming people, my supporters, my niggas in the com. You're doing all this, bro. You're scamming people outside, and you're playing that cool role. That shit's not it, bro.
Like, it's good that we're holding people accountable for the actions, but content, like whether it be Rakai, whether it be Noor, whether it be whoever, these.
But you can't just be like, bro, why are you making content out of this? He's literally scamming people. He has a thing called 5-star court. All right. That right there was one thing for 5-star court. That's what they do. Noor, he's been caught up in 5-star court 3 different times. That being included one of the 3. So like Noor had like 2 ankle monitors on at that time. So Noor is definitely a bad boy.
Year-olds should not be the content for 30-something-year-olds when it comes to making them the butt of the joke, laughing at them, you know.
Bro, they say it's content for adults because they don't want to be branded making content for kids. But the whole time, kids are the main people watching this. Not even kids. If you look at 5-star, they're all teenagers. They're basically all teenagers, really.
Taking advantage of their childlike state.
There's a lot of little kids, but they're mostly teenagers.
Only gets encouraged every time a non-serious video is
when
made,
the adult,
where, you know, people
like
say
the adult
that he
people
needs
come out.
Or
That's like when
expelled
he's
and
collabing
come
with
back,
rappers.
or they treat him like a child or whatever. This is just only encouraging the behavior that's being depicted.
This Rakai nigga need a whooping, bro. This nigga bad as hell.
That's up to his mom to do. There's nothing we can do. That's up to his mom.
Streamer University.
Conversation.
That's literally up to his mom.
No. You are expelled. Rakai, pack your shit up. No game. Listen.
Mind you, this is saying that he got expelled, right? He never got expelled. He was literally. That's how the incident happened on the last day of Streamer University. That's how it happened. He was never expelled. So he was still there. That's how it all happened. He was still there. You feel me? And the Mafia-thon, his mom told him to pack his things. He's going home. He never went home. He stayed there to the end of the Mafia-thon. You feel me? So like they make content of punishing Rakai, but they never give him a punishment. I think they said he was kicked out the AMPG League. He's still in there. Feel me? So like it's like they're just trying to make content out of it. It's not really him being in trouble or anything like that.
Listen again, hold on, time out, bro. Come on, pack that shit up.
The next day he was given a second. You see, he was given a second chance. This is the second day after he was said that after he was expelled.
The forefront of the conversation is for two specific reasons. Because I'm 30. I shouldn't be talking about Rakai and all this other stuff. I didn't report on it when it was him and Little Tay going back and forth. And honestly, I'm employed. I shouldn't be talking about it now. But I find it very interesting, though, that when it came to the Zoe Spencer situation, yes, I keep bringing it up, a couple weeks ago, that was taken very much more serious than the Rakai situation.
Ow.
I would think that both people would say that they are equally annoying and would dismiss both of them if it was all equal, right? But are we going to continue to give him the 16-year-old pass? And then secondly, and most importantly, I think that this is an opportunity to take
it ain't up to me either. I'm a youngin' too.
Of what WL content is.
I'm a youngin' too.
Whatever the case may be. I saw Stream University this weekend, and while there were a bunch of magnificent things to say, if we're being critical of what's going on in the future, I saw clip farming to an immature level that I thought I would never see in my life.
What do you expect? This is the era of clip farming.
Ew.
We going, bro. I don't give a fuck. I'm taking everything. Yo, oh yeah, flower.
Yo, what's going on with his eyes?
Hold on. We are not done. Hey, everything is busy.
Are these other? I don't know what's going on. Like, is this another person's room that they're just taking stuff for?
Get the fuck out of here, nigga.
Oh, this is Agent's room. Yeah, it's Agent's room.
Fucking room while I'm not there. It's the difference between content, nigga. Learn the fucking difference, bitch ass nigga. Get this nigga the fuck.
And people was like, is this scripted? This is not scripted.
So while I definitely understand,
bro, what, bro? People like he was really mad. Agent said, "Do you think this is appropriate?" Agent is he's a proper dude. He's a proper ass nigga. He says words like appropriate. When he's regular, he never says that. That's how you know he's mad. He never used the word appropriate. Look.
There's a difference between content, nigga. Y'all niggas think it's appropriate to come in my fucking...
Bro, he called him a band. He called him a band, bro. Who in a situation wouldn't be serious if they called somebody a band?
While I'm not there, it's a difference between content, nigga. Learn the fucking difference, bitch ass nigga. I'll be fucking Get this nigga the fuck out of here. I'll be fucking dead, nigga.
So while I definitely understand Agent's gripes about, what No Limit J did to his room at Stream University, I'm definitely not condoning anybody breaking into that place.
Like, he got his room broken into.
I just have to ask the question, how would he or why would he know the difference between what content is and not content, what that line is, whether he's over it or whatever the case may be, if what he sees is that type of content being rewarded on a daily basis? Rakai ended up being a top 4 most watched channel on Streamer University.
Bro, Rakai literally had 200K live viewers. For a YouTube video, that's hardly anything, but for live viewers, bro, that is crazy. That's insane.
Most of it was based out of his actions and shenanigans. He got millions of views off of clips. And if I'm an onlooker and I see that that's what's being rewarded with having the opportunity to not only go to Streamer University, to not only be one of the most watched channels, but to constantly be around Kai Cenat as well, being in that Clover house and changing my life. I mean, what 16-year-old wouldn't replicate that? That's a situation that a lot of 16-year-olds don't get. Rakai is essentially, and I know this is going to sound like uber glazed to him, and it's probably so, he definitely is still taking advantage and working hard at his craft. I don't want to get that wrong. But Rakai is like the equivalent of, I don't know, a top high school prospect right now. He is slated to be one of the biggest streamers in the next couple of years if he just continues down this path and trajectory. But if we look at the path and the trajectory, it is the type of content that was just criticized a couple weeks ago. So if I'm a young streamer, I'm a little bit conflicted, and not really even conflicted. Okay, they got one person out of here, Zoe or whatever. There's all these reasons.
Man, Zoe Spencer.
New heights. I see. No,
I already got a video on her posted
all these
earlier
content creators
today.
reaching new heights by doing this exact same extreme content. Sure, they shouldn't be in adult situations and themes and stuff like that. That is a full stop, and I don't think that people are putting them in that. So I want to refute that. But at the end of the day, if they are looking at this type of content and they're also seeing the success, why not replicate it? You guys tell me, should they do something about Rakai? Should they kick him out?
No,
in order to,
no. I don't think they should do anything, bro. Just let him rock. Literally, just let him rock. Because literally everybody else is doing what he's doing. So there's no reason why you should separate him from everybody else. Everybody's doing what he's doing, and he's doing what everybody else is doing. You shouldn't separate him from everybody else. You feel me? You shouldn't, because he's literally just being what people want him to be. There's nothing wrong with that.
Example, or stay consistent, or whatever the case may be. I think that it's perfectly fine, especially because this is the nature of things. I do think that he does not need to hurt anyone. I think that that's just totally too far.
Like hurting people, that's a whole different situation, bro. Like what?
Explicit situations or drugs and alcohol and stuff like that, to me, is very much overblown, and it's a narrative that paints the people around him as worse actors than they actually are. But let me know what you think in the comments, because this is a bad path that content is going down.
Indeed, I don't think it's a bad path. People just got to learn the difference between real life situations and content. You feel me? Like, bullying Dabo for content, that is not content, my guy. That's just straight up bullying, gang. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about the situation. Do all the YouTube shit. Like, come on, bro. What are y'all doing, bro? Like, subscribe. Man, first of all, subscribe, gang. Just like, why y'all not doing that? Why y'all not subscribed? Hit the post notification bell so you never miss an upload. For me, I get notifications when I upload. So if I have it, then you should have it too. So like the video, comment down. Do you think that Rakai should be punished? Yes or no? Run a poll, chat. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? But without further ado, I'm out of here.